You are beyond my imagination. You wanna show my appreciation. Jai Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami, my guru incessantly loves me. Mercy personified, spiritual master, making us march to us, Krishna faster. Oh Master, please be merciful unto us. Give us the shade of your lotus feet. May your fame be spread over all the three worlds. We take shelter of your lotus feet. Love for him is so unmatched, and passing forward, fully in touch. Tears fill my eyes when I meditate. His divine love for so great. His mind and senses of Krishna fixate. His must be my heart, penetrate. Oh Gurudeva, friend of the poor and of the fallen, you are beyond my imagination. I wanna show my appreciation. Oh Gurudeva, friend of the poor and of the fallen, you are beyond my imagination. You wanna show my appreciation. Jai Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami, my guru incessantly loves me. The sweetest son of Bhakti Dhira Swami, under whose shelter no one can be gloomy. Oh Master, please be merciful unto us. Give us a shade of the lotus feet. May your fame be spread over all the three worlds. We take shelter of the lotus feet.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. We welcome all the devotees on Zoom, YouTube, Facebook to the second session of our 5th global event, where we are coming together as one family on the occasion of 65th Vyasa-puja of our dear Gurudev, His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami. We are very delighted to have you all here with us and celebrate this auspicious event. So, before we begin with our program, we have a small announcement regarding the language interpretation. This time, we have language interpretation in 2 languages, Hindi and Portuguese. So, now on screen, our team will share the explanation on how to switch to other channels.
Hare Krishna, queridos devotos, minhas reverências, sejam bem-vindos. Para aqueles de vocês que desejam ouvir a tradução simultânea em português, por favor, cliquem no ícone do globo no canto inferior da tela e depois escolham a língua português. Né? E para aqueles que estiverem, isso para quem estiver no desktop, para aqueles que estiverem nos celulares, cliquem nos 3 pontinhos, depois no globinho e depois no português. Já já o canal vai estar disponível, então aguardem um pouquinho após o anúncio de Hindi. Muito obrigada, Hare Krishna. Thank you.
हिंदी भाषी भक्तों के लिए ये सूचना है कि आप अपने अगर आप कंप्यूटर से ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं तो ग्लोब वाले बटन पर क्लिक करें और उसमें हिंदी भाषा को चुनें। अगर आप मोबाइल से ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं तो आप देखिए कि वहां पर मोर ऑप्शन होगा, जहाँ पे 3 बिंदु होंगे, उस पर क्लिक करें। उसमें लैंग्वेज इंटरप्रिटेशन यानी इस ग्लोब वाले आइकन पे क्लिक करें और उसके बाद हिंदी भाषा का चयन करें। इस प्रकार आप अपने चैनल में जा पाएंगे और हिंदी में इस पूरे कार्यक्रम का लाभ ले पाएंगे। हरे कृष्ण।
Thanks to our team for the wonderful explanation. So, dear devotees, if you are facing any difficulties or if you are having any queries, kindly write to Ask Your Servant in the chat box and they will guide you. A small announcement for all the devotees on YouTube and Facebook. If you wish to join on Zoom, we have shared the link in the description of our post. So, before we proceed, let's have a look at our today's schedule. So today we will be having a blessing video by His Holiness 𝐁𝐡𝐚𝐤𝐿𝐼 Swami Maharaj, followed by a talk by His Grace Srivas-Vanachari Prabhu on the topic Like Father, Like Son. Then we will be having a drama by the Nigeria Yatra on the topic Srila Gurudev Sankirtan Pastimes. And then we have a video on, sorry, that's not a video. So we have a small presentation on ISKCON Gorakhpur project by His Grace Hari Gopal Prabhu, and we will end our session by cake offering ceremony. Now, I would like to request His Grace Ramcharan Prabhu to kindly offer garland to our dear Gurudev.
Hare Krishna, Dandat Pranam, dear Gurudev.
Hare Krishna, Ramcharan
Please accept
Prabhu.
the humble obeisances. All glories to His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is our most beautiful Lord Shri Radha Govindji's garland of ISKCON Negri Ravit Temple, Pune. This is for you.
Thank you very much. Thank
Please
you.
accept it.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
We also have Jyoti Mataji and our dear Krishna Kumari Mataji from India to offer garland to dear Gurudev.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Jyoti,
Krishna Shilagate.
Janvi, Hare Krishna. Thank you for your beautiful gallant offering. Thank you.
Thank you, Shilagate.
We also have Krishna Kumari Mataji from India. So, before we dive into the ocean of bliss, I would like to seek blessings and permissions of our beloved Master. Gurudev, please bless us.
Wish you a wonderful celebration and all of you remain blessed by the best. Hare Krishna.
Jai. Thank you so much, Gurudev. With your blessings, now we are ready to start with our today's program. Let us now begin the celebrations. In the spirit of coming together as one family, we have lamp offering. I would like to invite devotees from India to kindly do the honor. So we have Jyoti Mataji, Her Grace Radhakund Mataji, Jayaprada Mataji, our dear kids Siddhi, Vasudev Krishna, Sita and Nitai from India.
Thank you very much for a beautiful offering. Today also is the appearance of our great 𝐤𝐬𝐢 Damodara from Lagos. Wish you a happy Krishna consciousness birthday. Today is a double celebration. So Krishna bless you and make you successful in Krishna consciousness.
Thank you.
Thank all of you for your beautiful offering, Radha Kun, family, Gora Hari, Chaitanya Lila, Jyoti, from Kanpur, Janvi. Here we have Siddhi, yes, Siddhi and Sweet Mother, yeah, and Sita Devi and sweet brother Nitai. So we thank all of you for your beautiful offerings. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, dear devotees, for the wonderful offering. So, up next, we have a special video full of blessings for our dear Gurudev from His Holiness Chandramauli Swami Maharaj, who is a very dear friend of our Param Gurudev, His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Swami Maharaj. So, let's have a look at the video.
Vagyan Timidandasya Gena Jena Salakaya Chaksu Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristaya Bhutale Shrimakti Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Goldavani Prachadine Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Pastyatya Desatarine Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So I'm happy and at the same time inspired to speak something about His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj, whom I first met in a very powerful way in Mumbai many, many years ago when I sat in one of his classes just after he had received the order of sannyas. After listening and during listening to his class, I was really amazed to see how clear he understood the philosophy and how expert he was in presenting that knowledge. And this is also indicated by his recent book, Spiritual Connection, as he very in-depth from many different angles of vision bridges the most important subject matter in our whole practice of Krishna consciousness, the etiquette and the dynamics that make up the relationship between Guru and disciple. Maharaj has done a wonderful job in making that presentation, and the book has become popular among many devotees. Many times we come together during the ceremony to honor his Guru Maharaj, and one of my closest friends in Krishna consciousness, Bhakti Dhira Swami Maharaj. And I'm always happy to have his sweet and very peaceful association. Although he's a great, powerful preacher, he always exudes and emanates that quality of peacefulness when we are around him. He is very fixed in Krishna consciousness and very kind by nature. So on this occasion of honoring Maharaj on his appearance day, I offer my humble obeisances to Maharaj and to all of his disciples who have worked so hard to serve him in his preaching of Krishna consciousness around the world. I hope that maybe very soon we can also have the opportunity to have Maharaj Association again. Thank you very much. All glories to Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaja. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Spiritual connection, understanding the dynamics of the Guru.
His Holiness Chandramauli Maharaj Ki Jai.
Jai.
Yes, I remember what the Maharaj is referring to. It was a lecture I gave in Maya. That was my first public lecture, because the arrangement used to be that on the first day of GBC meeting and the last day of GBC meeting, they select different devotees to give the class. And I was nobody at all. Usually my Gurudev used to be the first to lead the GBC meeting for their discussion. They select. So when a devotee who is making the arrangement came to me, first of all, I forgot that it was a beginning of GBC meeting. So I accepted. Well, a few days after I discovered, so I went to him and I begged him, please, that is the same birthday of the GBC meeting. Please, I'm not the person to do this. He select somebody. He said, no, you have to do it. I said, I'm very sorry. You didn't see me that day. He said, no, you have to do it. And then as I was talking, His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara, he came around and he said, no, you have to do it. That's all right. I don't have to say no. After all, a servant don't have a choice. You have to follow. So I went to give the class. And in that class, I mentioned a few things. The one Maharaj is referring to was when I mentioned, I quoting Srila Prabhupada in the lecture, that a spiritual master is considered to be illegal if he is not responsible for his disciples. After this, all the senior devotees never look at me again. Even the devotees who invited me to visit their center, cancel it. Only His Holiness Chandramauli Maharaj came to me and said, thank you very much for that lecture. From this day onward, I have decided to give more attention to my disciples. He, the only one who appreciated, and not only appreciating, he went further to make sure he started giving attention to his disciples, which I will consider a success for me, because Krishna used me to say something which works for him. So he's very, very humbly accepted. And many of his brothers got scared because they knew they were guilty of what you said. The statement was not come from me. I quoted some Prabhupada, which is in the second canto of Bhagavatam. I just repeated it because our system is to repeat. But anything we repeat, we'll be in trouble. But it's better to say the truth and be crucified, and they do the wrong thing and die. After all, we're going to change the book anyway. So I'm very grateful to His Holiness Chandramauli Maharaj for his humility, for his appreciation. He was very, very careful. Since then, he remembered and he just quoted exactly. And we happened to also travel with him that year from Kolkata to Maya. We were in the same car. So I've had association with him, and every year we should celebrate the Sivaratri. His name is, it has to do something, he's related with Lord Shiva. See, one of those regular devotees whom we celebrate Sivaratri every year in the Mayapur. So I'm happy I have such an exalted uncle who is very, very dear to my own spiritual master. He loves him. Apart from His Holiness Radha Maharaj, the next person who can speak exactly about the Gurudev is Chandramauli Maharaj. So we are happy to have him. He's giving me such blessing. I'm blessed by his mercy. His Holiness Chandramauli Maharaj. Ki Jai.
Jai. We thank His Holiness Chandramauli Swami Maharaj for taking out time from his busy schedule and sending blessings and love for our dear Gurudev. Let's move on to the next part. So here we have His Grace Srivas-Vanachari Prabhu with us. His Grace Srivas-Vanachari Prabhu joined ISKCON in Africa in 1981 and got initiated in 1983. He served as temple president in different temples of Nigeria and Ghana. He also served as a BBT manager and regional secretary. He teaches at Mayapur Institute, the Bhakti Shastri course and the Bhakti Vaibhav course. At present, he serves ISKCON as a regional secretary for West Africa, GBC deputy member of task for the assessment of sannyas candidates, sannyas ministry, executive member sustainable Vaishnav community development, that is SVC, zonal supervisor for West Africa and the global duty officer. He is West Africa's first Grihastha Guru. Now I would like to invite His Grace Vasudev Kripa Prabhu from India to kindly offer garland to Prabhuji.
Can you mute yourself? We're not hearing you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept this Mahagarland of Jagannath from Jagannath Bhavan.
Hare Krishna, Vasudev Kripa Prabhu. Thank you for your beautiful garland from Lord Jagannath. Thank you very much. And my obeisances to Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj on this auspicious day, your 65th Vyasa-puja. It is a great honor for me to be among your wonderful disciples, to say a few words of glorification. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to share a few words about Maharaj. Omagya Tamredasya Gyanam Jana Salakayak Shakshuram Leitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Dhira Swami Iti Namini. Namaste Krishna Padaya Prabhupada Ashri Tatmani Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Bhakti Dhira Iti Namini. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvese Sasunyavadi Pasachane Satarini. So, to speak about an exalted personality of the caliber of His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj requires a lot of knowledge, a lot of austerity, a lot of purification, because Maharaj has distinguished himself by his wonderful qualities as a Vaishnava. My topic is like father, like son. And in fact, I can say that there are many parallels between His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj and His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj. I have known Maharaj from the very beginning of his participation in Krishna consciousness. And I can say with firm conviction that there are a number of parallels Maharaj is very austere. Maharaj is very knowledgeable. Maharaj is very determined. Maharaj is very tolerant. Maharaj is very bold. And above all, Maharaj is very compassionate. He's very kind. And these are qualities that were very prominent in the personality of Bhakti Dhira Maharaj. In Bhakti Dhira Maharaj's brahmachari days, he was sleeping very few hours. Srila Bhakti Charu Maharaj told us a story how he became attracted to Bhakti Dhira Maharaj. That in the Mayapur, those days, they only had one building for the devotees. That was a long building, the chakra building. All the devotees were packed there. Then the sannyasis, the GBCs, and Srila Prabhupada, they used to stay in the Lotus building because Prabhupada's room is still there till now. So Bhakti Charu Maharaj says, he was just a young brahmachari, and he would hear somebody chanting at 1 a.m. in the morning. And so it happened 2 or 3 days continuously. And so Maharaj decided to find out who is that devotee who does not sleep, who spends much of his time chanting when others are sleeping. So he decided to wake up at 1 o'clock, go up at the roof of the long building, chakra building, and there he saw Bhakti Dhira Maharaj. Then he was called Ghanasham Das. Ghanasham Das was chanting his japa at 1 a.m. So he said he confronted Maharaj. He said, Maharaj, why are you not sleeping? I have heard you chanting every day at this time for 3 days, and that's why I've decided to find out who is that person. And he said to his surprise, Maharaj told him that you people have taken birth in India. You are very fortunate. So whether you chant or you don't chant, you're already connected to the system by simply taking birth in India. But for me, I've taken birth in the West. And that shows how unfortunate I am. And therefore, I have to make up by chanting more rounds. And the only way to do that is to rise up early and chant my japa. And I remember Gurudev Bhakti Dhira Maharaj said, in his brahmachari days, he was chanting 42 rounds a day. He maintained that throughout his brahmachari life. In addition to his book distribution and his other services, he was maintaining the 42 rounds a day. I have seen a similar trend in His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj. For many, many years, he rises very early in the morning. At most by 2 a.m., Maharaj is chanting his japa. And he's very, very regular. Wherever he goes, 2 a.m., Maharaj has taken his bath and Maharaj is chanting his japa. So austerity is said to be the wealth of the Brahmanas. So we can see the quality of a Brahmana that he is. Rising early every day of the year to chant as many rounds as possible. I know on a Kadashi day, he does more than 64 rounds. So he sleeps less. He also eats less. Like Bhakti Dhira Maharaj was taking 1 meal a day. I have had his association for many years, at least 24, 25 years. And he hardly takes breakfast. He takes only lunch. I've also seen the same thing in His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj. He eats once a day. And sometimes, due to circumstances, due to some preaching engagement, he doesn't even eat. He will just take some little snacks, and that's it. So austerity is a hallmark of both Bhakti Dhira Maharaj and Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj. As His Holiness Chandramauli Maharaj said, he is very deep in the knowledge and philosophy of Krishna consciousness. Even in his brahmachari days, anytime Maharaj will give class, everyone will be satisfied. Everyone will be nourished. That is the purpose of hearing, the purpose of attending Srimad Bhagavatam or Bhagavad Gita class. It is meant for nourishing our souls. And that I have realized, I've experienced, that anytime Maharaj will give class, it was very nourishing. It was very satisfying. And that draws the simile to Bhakti Dhira Maharaj. Bhakti Dhira Maharaj's classes were always invigorating, always satisfying, always inspiring. And Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj steps into those shoes, and he does exactly just that. It's amazing, his wonderful classes. He always leaves his audience spellbound wherever he goes, whether it's in Africa, whether it's in Brazil, whether it's in Mauritius, whether it's in India, whether it's in America, wherever he goes, he nourishes the souls of many, many devotees. And that means that he gives importance to studying Srila Prabhupada's books. He gives importance to digesting what the acharyas have left behind. That is the legacy. The legacy of our movement is the knowledge and practices that our acharyas have left behind. And the intelligent disciple will take advantage of this legacy. I can say for certain that His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj has taken full advantage of this legacy. And as a result, he has become a living legacy of the legacy of the acharyas. So, Maharaj, thank you very much for deeply studying Srila Prabhupada's books and presenting this wonderful knowledge for the benefit of the world. Maharaj has very great determination. In fact, I remember that when Bhakti Dhira Maharaj submitted their names for this sannyas ashram, he was not the only one. I think there were about 4 or 5 candidates from West Africa. And they delayed. Those days, the sannyas ministry was not like today, where we have a system of elevating students. Where there is a system where the students candidates are evaluated every year, and then they are graded. There's a systematic process in place today that every candidate is assessed yearly, and then whether he is taken to the next level and so on. But those days, there wasn't something like that. So Maharaj and the other candidates that were put on the sannyas list, they were just there for many years and nothing was happening. I remember Maharaj, it took him 9 years to be on the sannyas list. The others dropped off. They had no determination. They all dropped off. The only person left on the sannyas list in West Africa was His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj. And that shows his great determination. He is ready to carry out the order of the spiritual master at all costs, even if he has to be inconvenienced. And therefore, it is not surprising that the year Bhakti Dhira Maharaj was leaving the planet in 2005, he became the first disciple of Bhakti Dhira Maharaj to step into the sannyas ashram because of that great determination. Maharaj is also very tolerant, very, very tolerant. In fact, to preach in Africa, if you do not have tolerance, especially in leadership position, you cannot survive. I've seen that in Maharaj, that he's so tolerant. People say all kinds of things about him, and Maharaj would just smile. He would just tolerate. Even with his health, sometimes it's so difficult for him. But Maharaj would tolerate the bodily inconveniences just to preach, just to serve. I remember some years back, he had this hernia, and he was tolerating this hernia. And the hernia was matured for operation. Devotees have to report him to Bhakti Dhira Maharaj, to Guru Maharaj, that Maharaj has some hernia. It is ready for operation, but he doesn't want to spend money or waste time going for this hernia operation. When Bhakti Dhira Maharaj heard, he ordered him, he said, go and do the hernia operation. The body is not for you. The body is for Guru and Krishna. Take care of it. But Maharaj was tolerating this pain. He was tolerating all the inconveniences. and he was still preaching. Not that he was sleeping or lying down because of the sickness. No, he was carrying out his services, his duties as usual. So we can see how much he can tolerate. And as for his boldness, Chandramauli Maharaj has already said that. He's very bold. He confronts issues headlong. And generally people are afraid to speak the truth, especially before superiors. But I can say he has inherited Bhakti Dhira Maharaj's boldness. And he doesn't miss his words when he wants to present the facts. Obviously, his compassion, I will say, is the best of his qualities. Maharaj is very, very compassionate. Despite all these outstanding qualities, parallels with Bhakti Dhira Maharaj, I can see the compassion that he exudes, the compassion he radiates, the compassion he exhibits to disciples, other devotees, and members of the 𝐒𝐻𝐚 movement. I've traveled with Maharaj a number of times, and I've seen how much compassion he has for the devotees. And that compassion translates into love for the devotees. On this very auspicious day, I want to thank Maharaj for his taking the trouble to appear in this world on this day, to give all of us the opportunity to serve him, to give all of us the opportunity to associate with him, to give all of us the opportunity to hear from him, and to give all of us the opportunity to be guided by his exemplary life. Thank you very much, Maharaj. I deeply appreciate your association, and I pray Krishna will keep you longer in this world so that we can continue to be blessed by your association. Thank you very much, Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Grace Srivas Vanachari. My Krishna consciousness started from meeting in Prabhu in Lagos temple. He was in DBT shop at the time. And I got a chanting bead from Srivas Vanachari. He gave me the chanting bead and taught me how to chant. When I came to the temple. The other day when I want to mention, when the temple president took me to go and see Gurudev for the first time without telling me, when we got there, somebody was with Gurudev, and the person is Srivas Vanachari. He was with Gurudev. They were discussing managerial things before I went inside to meet him, and they got the instruction I should stay in the temple. I was hesitant to stay in the temple because I saw certain things which I was not comfortable with. And I was trying to avoid it. So Janmaswami, which was my first time coming to the temple, Janmaswami was nicely celebrated. We had his 3 Swamis that time. And after that, the temple president asked us to go to the store and collect a t-shirt and dhoti. So I went to Srivas for one, and I said, I'm here to collect my. So are you going to stay here? This is for those who live in a temple. I didn't answer. I just kept quiet because I didn't want to stay. So I didn't say anything. I just kept quiet. Actually, the president has to come and collect. Yes, but they're going to stay in the temple. This is for those who want to stay. I didn't say anything. I left. I went back to tell the temple president that Prabhu didn't give me this. So why didn't give you? Because you didn't tell me you're going to say. So go and tell me you're going to say the temple. So he will give you. And I went back and said, yes, Prabhu, I will stay in the temple. So he gave me the t-shirt and the dhoti. And he has been maintaining me and encouraging me. He has served as a temple president and in most of the big temples in Nigeria and Ghana, he cultivated everything and made it a big temple. And when his corner in Ghana was going down, so political situation was there. So Gurudev withdrew him from his service in Nigeria, asked him to go to Ghana. Now, if you go to Ghana, you see temples have expanded in many places, and you have many preaching programs going there, many devotees a day. Everything is coming from His grace, His service on the child. He's a saving grace for all of us for South Africa. He's our Father. So I'm very, very fortunate to have met a committed and serious devotee who is a father, and all the qualities he mentioned, he has all of them. When you have something, you also see it in others. If you don't have something, you not see it in others. He has all these wonderful qualities, and with that qualities, is keeping us in West Africa. So we are very grateful to Gurudev that we have the fortune of having you. Thank you, Sevas Vanachari, for being with us.
Thank you, Maharaj. Thank you very much, Maharaj.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for enlightening us by sharing such wonderful qualities of our beloved Gurudev. From what Prabhuji said, we all could relate how our Gurudev exactly resembles like our Param Gurudev. We request His Grace Srivas Vanachari Prabhu to please bless all of us so that we also can become like our Father by following His instructions and implementing the mood He has. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, you're already blessed. You are blessed by the best. Maharaj is giving you so much wonderful guidance. Just follow his instructions and everything will be all right. You're already blessed.
Thank you so much. We would request all the devotees to kindly switch on your videos if possible. And up next, we have a short video on a book named Spiritual Connection written by our Gurudev. I would request our team to present us the video.
Spiritual Connection, Understanding the Dynamics of the Guru-Disciple Relationship by His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami is a book that aims to enlighten the reader about the multiple facets of the relationship between the Guru, the spiritual master, and the disciple, emphasizing the relevance and importance of this ancient tradition of Guru-disciple relationship in the present era. In 10 independent chapters, the author thoroughly explains important topics such as the process of surrender, the importance of a living guru, types of guru and types of disciples, the guru's orders and tests, chastisement, restitution, and purification, proper worship of the guru and disciples' eternal bond, the urgency of love and cooperation within the spiritual family, and the key to achieve a happy and fruitful discipleship. Each chapter begins with a narrative or case study from the authoritative Vedic scriptures, from which the author draws pertinent points in a contemporary way, making it suitable for both the novice and seasoned practitioners of bhakti. This rich and comprehensive book brings the reader the essence of bhakti. It is undeniably a must-read for all sincere devotees who aspire for a healthy, happy, and progressive spiritual life.
That was an amazing video. Thanks to our team for presenting us this video with such a detailed information about this book. Personally, I have read this book and I would request all the devotees to kindly read this book if you haven't. In this book, Gurudev has poured out his heart about how the Guru-disciple relation should be and how a disciple should be consistent in his Krishna consciousness, irrespective of Guru's physical presence. Our team will be sharing the details in the chat box so that you all can get your copies easily. Up next, we have a wonderful song offering by Pranpriya Mataji and Janmastami Mataji from Nigeria. Let's have a look at the video.
Hare Krishna Shila Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. All glory to Shila Prabhupada, all glory to your lotus feet. Gurudev, I have an offering for you. It's a song, but it's also a prayer. And I pray by your mercy, you accept these prayers of mine. The lotus feet of my spiritual master is the only way I can attain pure love of God. I bow down at your lotus feet, begging for your mercy so that I can serve you. Jai Gurudeva, Jai Gurudeva, Jai Gurudeva, Jai Gurudeva. I'm yours forever, my love depends on you. I believe in you so much, only you can set me free. This world is not my home, please help me get back home. You may bend or break me, do what's best for me. Jai Gurudeva, Jai Gurudeva, Jai Gurudeva, Jai Gurudeva. I've been sleeping too much on the lap of Maya. I'm ready to wake up. Oh my dear Gurudeva, Jai Gurudeva, Jai Gurudeva, Jai Gurudeva, Jai Gurudeva. I want to be a bona fide disciple, ready to act on your orders. You can use me as you please. Even when I don't know you, you have known me. Jai Gurudeva, Jai Gurudeva, Jai Gurudeva, Jai Gurudeva, Gurudev, Gurudev, Jai Gurudev, Jai Jai Gurudev, Gurudev, Jai Gurudev, Jai Gurudeva, 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 Jai Gurudeva. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much for your beautiful song. Hare Krishna, answer your prayers, fulfill your desires. Hare Krishna.
Jai, that was an incredible song offering. Thank you so much, dear Matajis, for presenting this wonderful song. Now, I would like to invite my co-MC, Soumya Mataji, to take over the session. And before that, I would like to thank all our Seva Sangha members who are working very hard so that we can enjoy this program blissfully. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Hare Krishna, Srila Gurudev. Please accept our humble obeisances unto your lotus feet. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Srila Bhakti Dhira Damodara Maharaj, and all glories to Srila Gurudev. Firstly, thank you, Ishani Mataji, for your wonderful service. And thank you, dear devotees, for joining us today. And going ahead, we're going to have many wonderful offerings by the devotees. There'll be song, dance, drama, poems, and many more. So please stay connected with us. So before we move on to the next event in our schedule, there's a small announcement. For all the devotees who have joined us just now, there's a parallel translation going on in Hindi and Portuguese. So you can click on the globe icon below and log in to the channel that you wish to hear in. And for all the devotees who are connected with us on YouTube and Facebook, you can, if you wish to join this Zoom meeting, you can click on the Zoom link, which is present in the description box. Thank you so much. So now, dear devotees, we would like to invite Srinivas Acharya Prabhuji, who is from Lagos, to please present his offering. So as you all know, Srinivas Acharya Prabhuji is from Lagos, Nigeria. He first met Srila Gurudev in ISKCON Chowpatty Temple in India. He is a disciple of Srila Gurudev and is initiated in 2021. So Prabhuji has been connected to ISKCON Lagos Temple. He is a very strong supporter of ISKCON Lagos Temple. He is very humble devotee and is actively involved in devotee care. We are very happy to have you here, Prabhuji, with us. You may please share your offerings.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you for giving me opportunity to talk. And thank you, Sila.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So dear devotees, it seems there is some internet issues. So we'll wait for Prabhuji for a few minutes to join back. Till then, we'd like to make some announcements, dear devotees, that we are going to have many wonderful offerings, like I mentioned before. They're going to be song, dance, a special drama, which is going to give us a glimpse on Srila Gurudev's wonderful Sankirtan pastimes. And I'm sure you have never heard of it before. So please stay tuned. And before Srinivas Prabhuji joins us back, let's move on to the next event in our schedule, and which is the drama by the Nigerian devotees. So without much ado, I request the team to please present this drama offering.
Hare Krishna. The following is a drama presentation. The drama enacts the early life of Gurudev while he was still a brahmachari in the year 1984 in Africa. At this time, Sankirtan was very difficult in Africa as few or no one knew about the movement, and devotees faced a lot of challenges during Sankirtan. This story tells of the challenges Gurudev faced as a brahmachari and how he overcame them through the mercy of Krishna and the Maha Mantra. Gurudev always goes to a specific mall for Sankirtan because he had crowd there. A lot of people were going in and out of the mall. So on a regular basis, he would go to this mall to give out books. So on this fateful day, he steps out to go to the mall for Sankirtan as usual. And he prays to Lord Krishna to bless him, guide him, and make today a faithful day, and also encourage him to give out all his books.
No, I'm interested.
After standing in the mall for hours and giving out books to people with no one collecting a single book from him, he starts to feel very tired and discouraged. But instead of giving up, he made a silent prayer to Krishna to help him to give out, even if not all the book, at least one book should be given out today. After saying this silent prayer in his heart, suddenly he saw a man approaching him and he eagerly stretched out a book to give out to him.
This is spiritual book. Don't tell me this is spiritual book. I tell you this is spiritual book. Don't tell me this is spiritual book. I know what I'm saying. I just say no, this is spiritual book. You're not going to read through the book. I don't need to read anything. I'm a Christian. I start believing God. And Bible God says I want the article. I know I am one of them. I know I am one of the antichrist. Don't tell me that. I'm not to understand anything. This is not a spiritual book. This time we are enjoying good.
In the heat of the argument, Gurudev felt very discouraged and embarrassed. The crowd had gathered and he felt bad in the midst of everyone. But instead of retaliating, he kept calm and said a prayer to Krishna to assist him and take control of the situation. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And Krishna sent him a gentleman.
Why are you asking me? Can you just talk to me what's going on? So I try to understand. I'm here to distribute my book peacefully and calmly. I normally come here every day, daily, distribute my book perfectly without embarrassing anybody. And this man came, he took my book, and started on me that I'm the person that will disturb everybody.
Actually, I've seen this man here several times, and he's not reading the sugar. He comes almost every day. He gives us the book peacefully, so I don't know why this man is taking a sin out of everything. Seriously.
So, sorry? So, if you have no interest for this man, why is he holding it?
I just want.
You what?
So you want just discard this man?
No, I just want to.
Look. If you have any personal issue with this man, feel free. We don't want any embarrassment for this place. No. And we don't need any drama for this particular point. This is shopping mall. If you want, you can bring your own stand. There's no problem about that. But disturbing people, you don't need it here. Please. Security. Take this man from here. Take him from here, please.
Leave.
Okay, so you say this is the law of people. Okay. Yes, our spiritual book. Tell that we cannot use body like this soup. Okay. Can I take it? Yeah. Let me have coming back. Yes, this spiritual yoga. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
I'm also interested in
this. Yes, so where is your central location? Located in 𝐤𝐬𝐬. Okay, thank you so much. Please read most of our MP. Krishna, thank you. Okay.
Nice, thank you very much.
Krishna, thank you.
And after the entire situation was calmed, he was grateful. A day that seemed to be a very bad Sankirtan day with no single book given out ended up being one of the best Sankirtan days he's ever had, with all his entire books given out. He was grateful to Krishna for coming in to help him in the situation. This pastime teaches us that in every situation, devotees should remain calm. When you remain calm and you pray to Lord Krishna and you chant the Mahamantra, all problems will be solved, and Lord Krishna will send a way or answer to all your problems. So Gurudev has shown a perfect example of how we should remain calm in every single situation and allow Krishna to fight the battle for us. Hare Krishna. His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaja 𝐾𝐻.
Jai. Thank you so much, dear drama team of Nigeria, for putting up this wonderful, wonderful drama, showing us how Srila Gurudev is always calm, always prayerful in every situation, in every service. And Krishna also reciprocates so beautifully. And we hope and pray that we also imbibe this wonderful quality of Srila Gurudev so that we may be able to represent him one day. Thank you so much. Now, dear devotees, Shila Gurudev.
Yeah, it's okay. We're thanking the devotees for the drama. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Shila Gurudev. Now, dear devotees, we have Srinivas Acharya Prabhuji back with us. So I request Prabhuji to please share his offering. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Thank you for giving me opportunity to speak. Thank you, Srila Gurudev. Devam Vishnupada Paramahamsa. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutulasi Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Sri Bhakti Dhira Damodara Bhavan Savada Sabhaktanam Sabhakshapadayin Sri Radha Krishna Gauranga Gai Sri Savada Prabhu Nityananda Rupa Murti Paramam Puna Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimad Bhakti Dhira Swami Namaste Krishna Padaya Prabhupada Swami Sri Gaura Karuna Sakti Bhakti Dhira Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachadi Deshtarini. Hare Krishna, Srila Gurudev. On this blessed day of your holy appearance in this world, please accept my humble and respectful obeisances unto your divine lotus feet. My eternal
It seems Prabhuji's correction is still poor. We'll wait for a few seconds for Prabhuji. Okay, now, dear devotees, till Srinivas Acharya Prabhuji joins us back, we'll call upon the next devotee, Krishna Kumari Mataji. We invite you, Mataji, to present your offering. As you all know, Krishna Kumari Mataji is from Vrindavan, India. She met Srila Gurudev on 29th June 2019. She has been connected to ISKCON Vrindavan Temple and is an aspiring disciple of Srila Gurudev. She is involved in many services like book distribution, cow seva, and so on. So we are very happy to have you here, Krishna Kumari Mataji. You may please share your offering.
Hare Krishna, dear Gurudev, please accept my respectful humble obeisances unto your divine lotus feet. Gurudev, please accept my offering on your best.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji. We request you to unmute and put your video on.
This one, okay.
Yeah. Yes, Mataji. Mataji, we request you to put on your video. And we request the technical team to please help Krishna Kumari Mataji. Okay, dear devotees, it seems there are some technical issues, but no worries. We'll move on with the next offering for today, which is a dance offering by Her Grace Krishna Shakti Mataji from Nigeria. And I request the team to please present this dance offering.
to find the answers. So I've come to the only one who knows. I wanna fly, I wanna soar, I wanna try and sing your name. With my heart open wide, I want my mind to be your temple. Let my thoughts be a home where you reside. Though it isn't easy, I'm gonna try. You're showing me the way, and so I pray. You are the mountain on the shore, and I'm just a little grain of sand that gets washed away, and the tides, they can take me if you want them to, just as long as they bring me back your way. And though it isn't easy, I'm gonna try. You're showing me the way, and so I pray. So I bow down to you in gratitude. I who was blind, like fire in the night, you've opened up my eyes so I can see the truth. A victory flag held high up in the sky.
Thank you, Krishna Shakti, Mataji. Beautiful dance.
Thank you so much, Srila Gurudev. Thank you so much, dear Krishna Shakti Mataji, for this wonderful offering, which was a prayer in the form of a graceful dance. You made our hearts dance too. Thank you so much. Now, dear devotees, we'd like to invite Krishna Kumari Mataji. She's back with us. So, yes, Mataji, you may please share your offerings.
Hare Krishna, dear Gurudev, please accept my respectful, humble obeisances onto your lotus feet. Please accept my small offerings on the auspicious occasion of your Vyasa-puja. I have been lost in the ocean of ignorance, crazily crying for mercy and freedom, roaming here and there, begging for freedom. Once I saw a shining sun in the ocean of ignorance. I ran towards the effulgence. There I entered a beautiful world, but do not know anything, anyone. Scattered, searching for goal of life. There I saw a person distributing love of Nityananda, Nityananda Kripamurti. I begged for mercy. It was 29th of June 2019. He dragged my hand and gave me a jewel. Show me the world of Krishna Prema. Ocean of nectar flowing from his mouth by distributing Krishna Bhakti. Now I can feel I came to a blissful world chanting the name of Krishna. He is a man full of Krishna Bhakti, a servant of the Lord, a most compassionate soul distributing Krishna Prema by chanting the holy name of Krishna and delivered hundreds and thousands of people. My dear Lord, Radha Shyam Sundar, I am grateful forever by giving me my spiritual master, who has saved my life. I do not know much, but all I know is I have a loving father, my Gurudev. He transformed a foolish soul like me into a devotee. My spiritual master, His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami, Nityananda Kripamurti Pranamami Panapana. Your servant Krishna Kumari from Vrindavan. Thank you, Hare Krishna Gurudev.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari, Devi. Thank you for your beautiful offering.
Hare Krishna Gurudev.
I didn't know her directly. She has connection with her grace, Tejas Radhika Mataji. So one day she was just talking with me. This is small, very small baby that time. And she was talking with me. She just came and grabbed the phone. I want to talk to her. It was not a video call. So she was just requesting to talk. And Mataji gave her the phone. She was greetings. She's very small. So a situation like this is not a surprise because Varkita said the soul that they don't make a lifetime, he will come back, the soul will come back again this lifetime. From her experience, it is clear evidence. She was a devotee and she could recognize, recollect the previous connections we had. So she came with that introduction. And since then, her grace, the Radhika Mataji has been guiding her. So I'm very happy that she's fixed in Krishna consciousness. She's chanting and giving a report every day. So it's very, very encouraging to see she had taken to Krishna consciousness. It's satisfied the Prabhupada because he wanted all the children in this movement to be carefully taken care of and maintained because it's a last opportunity for them to go back and back to Godhead. So we have a burning desire that Krishna Kumari, one of those souls who will go back to Godhead this lifetime. Hare Krishna.
Jai. Thank you so much, Gurudev. It is really inspiring to see Krishna Kumari Mataji like this, that she has taken up Krishna consciousness so seriously and that she also recollects her past life. It's really, really inspiring, and we hope and pray to become sincere like her one day very soon. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna. Now, dear devotees, we call upon Vishal Prabhuji. We are very happy to invite you, Vishal Prabhuji. So, as you all know, Vishal Prabhuji is from Robertsganj, India. He first met Srila Gurudev in 2020. He has been connected to ISKCON Kanpur Temple and is aspiring for initiation from Srila Gurudev. He is involved in many services in ISKCON Kanpur Temple. We are very happy to have you here with us, Prabhuji. You may please share your offerings. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, mute.
Yes.
Mute yourself, Prabhu. I know you're very enthusiastic, so you're not in this world. So please remember to be with us.
Hare Krishna.
Okay.
Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishna Bhutali Srimad Shri Ati Bhakti Dhira Damodara Kitanam Ati Tirtha Guru Bharam Vavati Sarvada Samrashana Shri Radha Krishna Gauranga Gaisi Srila Prabhu Nityananda Prabhu Paramahansa. Hare Krishna Gurudev. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Gurudev. All glories to Srila Bhakti Dhira Swami Maharaj. All glories to Srila Gurudev. I have always seen you as a representation of Sixth Goswami directly. Therefore, I would like to deliver Sri Shad Goswami Ashtakam as my offering to you. Gurudev, I have always seen you giving emphasis on the holy name, and you have always been a great example to me. I remember the time in Vrindavan where you have asked us to start chanting at 2 a.m. Though it was difficult but in your presence it made us easy for us. Gurudev, once you said that those who do not read Srila Prabhupada book will surely fall. I have always been a very bad in reading books, but this lines of yours make me know the importance of reading book. With your grace, I am reading fourth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. I am daily reading 5 sloka every day without a miss. This is only because of your causeless mercy. Gurudev, as you said, the best way to please Lord Chaitanya, the best charity, the best austerity is to chant the holy name of the Lord. You inspire me to please Lord Chaitanya by offering extra rounds on Ekadashi to please Lord Chaitanya. You are going country to country, state to another state, city to city, place to place, just to narrate the transcendental pastime of Lord Chaitanya at this particular age. I just ever thought how detached you are, at the same time how concerned you for each of us. This gives opportunity to serve pure devotee of Lord Chaitanya. I have always wondered, know how and keen devotional your worship for Radha Shyam Sundar. This makes us to motivate the deity worship for our heart and soul. From our heart and soul. I remember when I was in the Vrindavan, I got a chance to do iron your clothes. I saw the cloth was ripped off. I asked Saji Priya Mataji to stitch the ripped off cloth. That day I realized how humble you are, and you are that yourself never asked for that. Where a pure devotee reside, that the place itself become Vrindavan. You have given us opportunity to serve Radha Shyam Sundar. Listening from you about the pastime of Radha Krishna is the most soothing and the pleasing to our ears. Gurudev, I am always thankful for accepting me as your servant and engaging into the service of Radha Krishna. You want us to become Goswami by showing your own example of great austerity and love for Krishna. As you always say, to become Goswami, we need to approach Goswami. And I don't find a better person than you to surrender myself in your lotus feet. Please bless me so that I can do best in the mission by spreading Krishna name. Hare Krishna. Shri Gurudev ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Vishal Prabhu. Thank you for your offering. Yes, having the exemplary quality of hearing and taking it seriously to the heart and practice. It's a very wonderful quality, and we pray you should continue like that for life. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Srila Gurudev. Thank you so much, Vishal Prabhuji, for your heartfelt offering. Now we'd like to invite Srinivas Prabhuji once again.
Srinivas Prabhu, you fixed my internet and it's working. How is that the one is not working? My internet was very perfectly and I'm enjoying that, but my own is not working. You better fix your own so that it works like my own is working.
Hare Krishna, Srila Gurudev.
Hare Krishna.
On this blessed day of your appearance in this world, please accept my humble and respectful obeisances unto your divine lotus feet. My eternal Father, my eternal guide, on this auspicious day of your Vyasa-puja, I wish you very happy Krishna conscious appearance day. I'm always in debt to you. Never ever in any birth I can repay you for what you have given to me. You came to this world to take us back home, back to Godhead. At the same time, you came to give the message of the spiritual world in the form of Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, and Chaitanya Charitamrita. You are the empowered manifestation of the mercy of Supreme Personality. That nobody can spread Krishna consciousness without Krishna Shakti. The Supreme Lord says in the Bhagavad Gita, that whoever preaches the message of Gita is most dear to him. You are the most dear, most devotee in the Lord of the Lord, because you have spread the message of Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam all over the world. You are the bona fide spiritual master of the whole world. Your humble attitude makes even humble grass become more humble, So your love towards each and everyone is equal. You are merciful to everyone. You are truthful, magnanimous, desireless. You are without material possessions. You are respectful, faultless, surrendered to Krishna. You eat only as much as you require. You are very calm, expert, compassionate, and friendly to everyone. You are our ultimate hero. Your glories and your qualities are endless, Gurudev. Thank you very much for your sweet mercy that is constantly in my life protecting me. My dear Srila Gurudev, I pray on this most auspicious occasion that you bless me to be always at your lotus feet, and in any circumstances, I follow your instructions and orders. Once again, I thank you for accepting me as your duly initiated disciple. Srila Gurudev, I pray at the lotus feet of Sri Radha Shyam Sundar, Sri Jagannath Baldev Subhadramanya, and Sri Gauranitai, that may you have good health so that we have your association for more and more years. May you always be happy wherever you go for preaching. No impediments may come in preaching. Lord Krishna, causeless mercy be upon you so that you may get more eternal bliss, happiness, love, joy, peace in your Krishna consciousness life. All goes to His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada. All goes to Srila Prabhupada. All goes to Srila Param Guru. All goes to Srila Gurudev. Your insignificant servant, Srinivas Acharya from Lagos. Thank you, Gurudev.
Hare Krishna, Srinivas Acharya Prabhu. Thank you for your prayers. I also thank you for your numerous services. As himself and the family, they are always very active in service. Our festivals are always wonderful, very sweet. And they're always beautiful dancers. So we're very, very happy to have all of you. So we pray you will remain blessed by Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Gurudev. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Gurudev. And thank you, Prabhuji, for your sweet offering, despite all the poor connection obstacles that we have been having. Thank you so much. Now, dear devotees, we'll be moving on to the next item in our schedule, which is a poem offering by Her Grace Sita Devi Mataji from Nigeria. I request the team to please share this offering.
Hare Krishna Gurudev, please accept my humble obeisances to your lotus feet. Please accept my poem as an offering to your lotus feet. The lotus feet of our spiritual masters are the only means by which one can take pure devotional service. I bow down to your lotus feet with great honor and reverence. By your grace, one can cause the of material sufferings and obtain the mercy of Krishna. The only means I can have my consciousness purified is by the words emanating from your lotus mouth.
Attachment to your lotus feet is the profession that fulfills all desires. You open my darkened eyes and fill my heart with transcendental knowledge. You are my Lord, better perfect. From you, my static primer emanates. By you, ignorance is destroyed. Very spiritual sense of its characters. Our spiritual master is the ocean of mercy. Friend of the poor, Lord Master of all devotees. O Master, have mercy for us. Give us the shade of your lotus feet. May your flame be spread all over the 3 world. Jai Gurudev, I take shelter to your lotus feet. On behalf of my beloved husband, Ashala Das, my daughter, Nishta, and my son, Bhaja Govinda, I say happy Vyasa-puja to you, Gurudev. And I want to use this medium to say thank you for your unconditional love. Thank you for your guidance. Thank you for your words of encouragement. And thank you for always being there at the time we are needed the most. Oh Gurudev, may I and my family forever be an instrument as a service to your divine lotus feet.
All right, thank you, Sister Devi, for your offerings. Please take care of your son or your daughter. You need your attention. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Srila Gurudev. And thank you, Mataji, for your sweet offering, poem offering. Now, dear devotees, we have a special item coming up, which is a short interview with 2 special devotees, His Grace Pranath Prabhuji and Her Grace Paritoshni Devidasi Mataji. We are very happy to invite you, Prabhuji and Mataji. So, Pranath Prabhuji has been a member of ISKCON since the beginning of the 2000s. He is a disciple of His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Swami Maharaj. He met Srila Gurudev in 2006 at the occasion of the installation of Srila Bhakti Dhira Swami Maharaj Samadhi. He was responsible for taking Srila Gurudev to Brazil for the first time. He lived and served at the Franco da Rocha temple in Sao Paulo, Brazil for many years, carrying out various services, one of them being the foundation of the Bhakti School project, in which he served as director and teacher, providing the children of the community a holistic and Krishna-conscious education. He holds a BA and a postgraduate degree in education. He currently lives in Mayapur, India, where he is the pedagogical coordinator at Bhakti Vedanta Academy, the oldest ISKCON school still in operation, and is also the education secretary for the northeastern region for ISKCON India. And Her Grace Paritoshni Chitra Devidasi Mataji is also from Brazil. She joined the movement at a very young age. She would spend her childhood days at the temple of Franco da Rocha, where she later went to live and serve. There she got Diksha initiation in 2012. She currently lives in Mayapur with her husband Pranath Prabhuji and her 2 young daughters. She serves at the Girls Gurukul and also serves at His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Swami Maharaj Samadhi in Mayapur Dham. We are very happy to have you here, Prabhuji and Mataji. And I would request Dauji Balram Prabhuji to please offer garland to Pranath Prabhuji. So since we couldn't be here with each other physically, we are offering a virtual garland. So Dauji Balram Prabhuji, we invite you to please offer garland. And we also request Her Grace Radhakund Mataji to please offer garland to Paritoshni Devidasi Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances and a small garland for your mother. And one more garland for you, Mataji. A small garland for you, Mataji.
Mother-in-law.
We always remember you making beautiful garlands. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for coming.
Mother-in-law, not her mother. Mother-in-law.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept our humble obeisances. This is Dauji Balan Das from Nasik. We have a whole garland of our deities here from the temple, Sri Sri Radha Madan Gopalji. So please accept the garland from our side. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, we are not able to hear you. It's little feeble.
Can you hear now?
Yeah. Now it's better.
Okay.
Yes, Roji, we are very happy to invite you for this session. And we'd like to first start by asking few questions to Pranath Prabhuji. So Prabhuji, my first question to you is, how did you first meet Srila Gurudev and get connected with him?
Well, first, actually, first I heard Maharaj's glories. Sorry, Maharaj, first, as this is an interview, not an offering, I forgot to pay my respects to Maharaj. So first of all, first of all, thank you all Maharaj disciples who organized this very wonderful program, this Sadhu Sanga, and please Maharaj accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet.
Thank you.
Happy Vyasa-puja. And first of all, when I met my Guru Maharaj first, was a very unique experience, which I will not tell you now. But the first instruction that Bhakti Dhira Maharaj gave us was to join that time, 2002, was to join the Yahoo group, those email groups before all these big social medias. He said that you should join this Yahoo group where we have the God brothers and God sisters. So through this Yahoo group, I got connected to my God brothers and God sisters. And that time, we used to hear from Parikshit Prabhu, his glories. No? So I was always very eager to know Maharaj, because I would check messages, different stories about him. Sometimes we would get some letters also from Maharaj or from devotees from Nigeria. And I was always very eager to meet him, to see him. So then I first met Maharaj when I came to Mayapur for Bhakti Dhira Maharaj's Samadhi installation. 1 year after Gurudev left his body, less than a year actually. It was about 7-8 months after Gurudev left his body. I came to Mayapur, and it was a very interesting journey because I saw how Gurudev was getting me connected to my God brothers, God sisters. When I first arrived in Delhi airport, the first person I saw was one God sister. And one God sister, her name is Krishna Shakti. And then we were very surprised to see each other. Then I came to Kolkata airport, and the first people we saw was a group of God brothers, God sisters from Africa. So we joined the car, and we came straight to Mayapur, and the car stopped, and with all the bags and everything, we went straight to disciples meeting, non-stop. And then Maharaj was there leading a kirtan as soon as we arrived. And then it was very, very sweet. And that was the first time I met Maharaj. Gurudev was guiding us through all these experiences. And then I met Maharaj first that time. We got connected. At that time, I was a brahmachari, and I had some conversations with Maharaj. And then I had this idea to bring him to Brazil that time.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for sharing this wonderful meeting with Srila Gurudev. And like you mentioned, you were the first person responsible to take Srila Gurudev to Brazil for the first time. So we would like to know what inspired you to take Srila Gurudev to Brazil.
Yeah, well, first, I was always eager to take my God brothers, God sisters to Brazil. And there was also a lack that time in Brazil because His Holiness Japotaka Maharaj, he was frequently coming to Brazil, but he got sick that time, so he stopped coming. Some years he was going twice a year to Brazil to inspire devotees and to take us to different programs. And also Vidayananda Maharaj also, he stopped coming that time to Brazil. And then there was a kind of a lack of spiritual guidance, and I saw in Maharaj the potency to fill it up that gap that devotees were having to have a powerful spiritual leader going there. And then by the first time I went to Brazil, all the devotees, they got captured by his mood, by his presence, by his devotion. So it was a very easy and natural experience when we had Maharaj in Brazil. Immediately, many devotees got connected to Maharaj. So that was the inspiration, to, of course, some kind of selfish motives to have my senior god brother, spiritual father also for us, by our side. And then also to have, to fill up that gap, so much so that after Maharaj started coming to our temple became very, very powerful that time in all of senses. We were first place book distribution, prasadam distribution. We are doing daily a lot in our temple, and things was very things were blooming for us, and that was of course due to Maharaj's presence. Of course, all the devotees that were there, they all contributed, but Maharaj's guidance was the main point in that. So it was, and then Maharaj was coming every year since that time, 2007, if I'm not 8, if I'm not mistaken.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Surely, Srila Gurudev's presence fills the environment with a very powerful energy, and that's why we all are waiting to receive Srila Gurudev in India very soon. So, moving on to the next question, Prabhuji, I'd like to know, lastly, that what are the qualities of Srila Gurudev that you admire the most?
Yeah, I think there's one quality that inspires me a lot in Maharaj is the same that I used to see in my Guru Maharaj, that he has a balanced mood of love with devotees. It's not just the sentiment of love with devotees, but it's the love with responsibility that I used to see my Guru Maharaj. My Guru Maharaj was always very loving with everyone, but always very responsible with everyone. Was not that he would just come as a kind of this just to motivate us, like these modern coaches that give this motivational speaks that makes everyone emotionally connected and just go away. But this mood of being loving and responsible with everyone, because the most difficult part of having a loving relationship is the responsibility. The sentiment is natural, it comes. But Maharaj is always very responsible. He's very beautiful to everyone. He's very beautiful to spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada. And this is a big inspiration for me, because since I joined the movement, I decided to dedicate my life to the movement, to ISKCON, which is not an easy path. But due to my Guru Maharaj inspiration and Srila Prabhupada and of course Maharaj, who became our Shiksha Guru after Gurudev departed, and then this responsibility, it's not just the sentiment or the mood like that, but it's a loving responsibility towards us that keeps us connected and keeps us inspired to also be responsible and to be dedicated to the mission. Thank you, Maharaj.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for sharing this wonderful point that Srila Gurudev's love towards us is not just some sentiment, but it's a loving responsibility towards us. So, and how he is wonderfully carrying the mood of Srila Bhakti Dhira Swami Maharaj. Thank you so much. And now we'll move on to ask few questions to Paritoshni Mataji with her permission. So, Mataji, we would first like to know how you got connected to Srila Gurudev. Mataji, okay, Mataji is connected to the other language.
No, Prabhu, you got to translate.
I can translate.
What's what you got to translate?
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
So the first connection with Gurudev was the first time he went to Brazil. So I was that time on high school, and then I came out from my school, and then I went to the temple, and he was chanting japa in one of the corridors of one of the halls. So then I saw him chanting japa. Then I went up to the temple room and I paid obeisances, and then I went to him to pay obeisances to him. She said that that time she was a teenager. She wasn't very actually shy to do that. So then I paid my obeisances, and then he was looking at me, and then I left. So the temple president, he was informing me about the programs with Maharaja, and also for some programs outside that we would travel. The first time he went, I didn't get much personal connection with him because I was still finishing my high school. And then by the second time he went was when I actually got more deeply connected. So when we started getting more connected, that time I was taking shiksha from another spiritual master. And many devotees, they were asking me, who's your spiritual master? Did you choose your spiritual master? And I knew that he was my spiritual master, but at that time I wasn't telling anyone. So then we got more connected. I went to live in the temple. So then I remember also when he met my mother. When my mother went there to the temple, then he told my mother that he would take care of me, that my mother could be peaceful. And then my mother was, for 3 months, my mother was crying. And my house is near the temple. Then when Gurudev came and spoke with her, then my mother was peaceful. So that was the beginning of my connection with Gurudev.
Jai, thank you so much, Mataji, for sharing this wonderful connection with Srila Gurudev. Now we'd like to ask you, what is your most memorable experience with Srila Gurudev?
So then I think the beginning, this connection in the beginning were the most memorable moments I had with Gurudev. That time that he met my mother. Also, that time in the temple, we didn't have a full standard of worshiping the deities in the temple. So we didn't know, what colors to dress the deities like that. But then we knew that if Maharaja would dress his deities green, we also would dress the temple deities green. If he would dress his deities red, we would dress our deities red, like that. Then also, I went to live in the temple, but as I said, I was finishing high school. And then I thought that, I wanted to finish high school, get a job, and do college like that. But so I was, a little bit concerned about that. So that was the first time that I reviewed my mind to do. That was about this. So these were the beginning moments that I had. Early connection.
Yeah, muted.
Sorry, Srila Gurudev. So we're very happy to hear from you, Prabhuji and Mataji. Thank you so much for sharing your heartfelt exchanges.
Pranab Prabhu is, I didn't know it about it. I've not been to Brazil. Of course, I know Brazil because Nigeria, Brazil, Argentina are footballers. So we know, so we know each other through football. But I've not been there. We only see on the screen when it's football. Then he invited me to come to Brazil. So I went happily to Brazil. At that time, like he said, in Brazil, preaching was down. He has visited Brazil. Nobody knows, but I'm telling you, when I went to Brazil, I found up with a strong desire to uplift Brazil. Brazil were really down. I was told that after 20 years, we have by Brahma Prabhu's mercy, his strong desire. After 20 years, Brazil had a hardening. After 20 years, we went through the whole country. We traveling 64 devotees, 10 buses. So we traveled the whole country, but hardening. This was because of Pranayana. After 20 years. And the regional secretary, His Holiness, Maharaja, she wanted to give me a word. I said, I don't want a word. What a word would do for me. I just want to preach. We came there to preach. So you can imagine after 20 years, before this Harina, the preaching was going. And after that, the preaching started coming. The sannyasi, they were not traveling. So after that, the sannyasi started traveling again, visiting other places. Now that is coming. That was because of the Prana Prabhu. And he is really powerful. As I see, he's really powerful. He's an educator. He had the Bhakti College creatures, very powerful. Was working. From there, I got to know Paritoshin. She was a small girl that time, daughter. And she's a powerful dancer. Even when she was pregnant and in 9 months, she was dancing, heavy, jumping up. It was heavy pregnancy. So anytime I'm going to see Dhira Damodara, I'm looking around to see what is Paritoshin Chitra. Because it's the first person going to stand up to dance. Our Dhira Damodara Kirtan is a Kirtan, it's a small, it's a Kirtan. In Brazil, it's a Kirtan. Heavy Kirtan, it will go for long before a normal class will start. It is very powerful. And she got married to Pranayana Prabhu. And we have his mother, Pranayana Prabhu's mother, is sitting by the side. She lived in a temple for many years. So she have an idea. She's a powerful manager. Was managing the temple, but at Pranayana Prabhu. She's an accountant. She's powerful. Very good. Accurate, everything normal, free. So I was very impressed to see her. But her age is managing perfectly. Which Gurudev likes. In West Africa, we have women managers. I saw in Brazil also the same thing. And the preaching went very high in Brazil. And now he's in Mayapur, is teaching managing the school also. And every year I'm in Mayapur, you see Paritoshin Chitra Devi. She come to clean the room. She's going to cook. She's going to take children to school. Going to cook for the children. Going to cook for the husband. She'll go to school to bring the children. She's going to go. I don't know how she's doing that, but she's doing it. Very powerful. So we're very grateful to all of you and proud to have friends like all of you. Thank you, Pranav, for Paritoshin Chitra. And
Thank you for your mercy, Maharaj.
Hare Krishna.
She's, Maharaj saying that our strength comes from you.
Hare Krishna. Yes, what to you, Soumya?
Yes, Shri Gurudev. Prabhuji, we are not able to hear Mataji. The voice is very clear. Yes, now you're audible.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Please keep sending your blessings. Bless my granddaughters, Nadia Thakuran and Nandanandi. So I feel very emotional because I'm missing you very much. 3 years that you're not coming here to my.
I'm coming to see you. I'm coming to see you.
Lord Gauranga is calling you, Maharaj. I heard in the Panchatattva calling you.
I'm coming. Coming to see you very soon. Hare Krishna. Obrigado.
Right. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, Mataji, and Srila Gurudev. It's really wonderful to see this sweet exchanges, and we don't want this to end here, but because we have a time constraint, we have to move on to the next event, and which is going to be a very sweet offering by Her Grace Aarti Sundari Mataji and Devaki Priya Mataji, and it's a song offering called Ohe Vaishnav Thakur. So without much ado, I request the team to please present this offering.
Ohe Vaishnava Thakura, Tuyar Sagara, Eda Se Koruna Kori. Ohe Vaishnava Thakura, Tuyar Sagara, Eda Se Koruna Kori. Priyapada Jaya Sudaya Maya, Priyapada Jaya Sudaya Maya, Priyapada Jaya Sudaya Maya, Tumhare Charana Turi, Tumhare Charana Turi. Jaya Bega Domi, Jaya Dosa Sodi, Jaya Guna Deo Dase, Jaya Bega Domi, Jaya Dosa Sodi, Jaya Guna Deo Dase, Jaya Guna Deo Dase, Jaya Satsanga Deo Amaye, Jaya Satsanga Deo Amare, Jaya Satsanga Deo Amare, Bosachi Sangira Ase, Bosachi Sangira Ase. Ekakiya Mara Nahi Paya Bala, Harinam Sankirtane, Ekakiya Mara Nahi Paya Bala, Harinam Sankirtane, Harinam Sankirtane, Tumhe kripa kori Sharabindu diya, Tumhe kripa kori Sharabindu diya, Tumhe kripa kori
Thank you very much. Beautiful song.
Thank you so much, Gurudev, and thank you so much, dear Mataji, Aarti Sundari Mataji, and Devaki Priya Mataji for this beautiful, beautiful song offering. Certainly, we don't want this session to end, but we have almost reached towards the end of this session. But, dear devotees, we are very happy to announce that we are going to have another session in just few hours, and we are also going to have cake offering at the end of this session. So before we move on to that, we're going to look into the schedule for the next session. So, dear devotees, we're going to start the session with blessings video by His Holiness 𝐺𝐬𝐬𝐺𝐻 Swami Maharaj, followed by a talk by His Holiness Bhakti Narasimha Swami Maharaj on relieving the anxiety of spiritual master, followed by a project by Her Grace Gopikanta Devi Dasi Mataji called ISKCON Florianopolis Project, followed by the prayers of a pure devotee drama by Indian Yatra, and concluding by the cake offering. So thank you so much, dear devotees. Firstly, I'd like to thank Srila Gurudev for bringing all of us under this one shelter, bringing all of us as one big family, and which is why we all have joined from different time zones and different parts of the world. And all we wish to do today, Srila Gurudev, is just express our deepest gratitude for all the love, care, and mercy that you have been showering. And to express this gratitude and to celebrate this most auspicious occasion of 65th Vyasa-puja celebrations, we are going to have this cake cutting ceremony, and I'll call upon the devotees, Her Grace Navkishori Mataji first, to please show the offering.
Hare Krishna, dear Gurudev. Happy Vyasa-puja Day. Please accept my humble obeisances unto your lotus feet. Thank you, dear devotees, for giving us the opportunity to offer this humble offering. This cake is a lychee flavored cake. Here we are trying to show different qualities of Gurudeva. His singing and dancing in Kirtan drags us to jump in the ocean of Krishna Prem. His love for deity worship is exemplary and inspiring. His smile takes away all the worries and pain and push up close to Krishna. His Vani is very hope-giving, and the way he treats his seniors, equals, and juniors is very inspiring. We could have gone on and on with ocean of qualities, but our cake is too small to accommodate all. Lastly, we all the disciples only wish and desire is to serve your lotus feet. Thank you very much, Gurudev.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Navkishori, for your beautiful cake. I think it's delicious. It's saliva in our mouth already.
Thank you so much, dear Navkishori Mataji, for this wonderful cake offering. And next we're going to call upon Jaiprada Mataji to please offer the cake to Srila Gurudev.
Yes.
Beautiful. Beautiful cake. She is very expert in Ragolis. The Ragolis, Ragolis. Jaiprada. Powerful. You didn't see it once he did? In front of my altar last year, this year. Beautiful. I don't know whether I should clean it or to leave it. It's very beautiful.
Hare Krishna Gurudev. Hare Krishna Srila Gurudev. Please accept my humble obeisances unto your lotus feet.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much for a delicious cake. It is enjoyable. So we make more cakes every year.
Yes, Gurudev.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Right. Thank you so much, dear devotees, for your wonderful cake offerings. Lastly, I'd like to thank all the speakers, His Holiness 𝐶𝐚𝐤𝐿 Swami Maharaj, for sending us the blessings video, which really, really means a lot to us. And I'd also like to thank His Grace Srinivas Vanachari Prabhu, Janaki Priya Mataji, Prannath Prabhuji, Paritoshni Mataji, and all the devotees, each and every one who has joined us on Zoom, Facebook, YouTube. Thank you so much for joining us today. And we're looking forward to see you again in the next session. Thank you so much. His Holiness Bhakti Dhira Damodara Swami Maharaj ki Jai.
Prabhupada ki Jai.
Jai.
Jai Gaur Premanandi.
Hari Hari Bol. Hari Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
See you in a while.
হরিস্থানে অপরাধে